जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा
द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा
द्वैत जय गौर भक्त वृंदा
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा
जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा
द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा
श्री चैतन्य मंगल की जय। श्रील लोचन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome you today to today to our weekly Sri Chaitanya Mangal reading. We got a long gap. The last session was session 24, and that was on June 8th. So actually today is uh, February 8th in India. So it's exactly 8 months. So we are resuming it. I'm hoping that we'll be able to continue this. Every Saturday and Sunday, we will read Sri Chaitanya Mangal. And in the last session, we read uh, from the Adi Khanda of Sri Chaitanya Mangal. Adi Khanda chapters, I mean, here the chapters are called songs. So we read song 7. So Adi Khanda, before that we were reading the prelude. What happened, what led to the writing of this scripture, and also um, before Mahaprabhu's appearance, what happened? We saw all that. Narad Muni coming to this earth and seeing that there is no bhakti, nobody is interested in chanting. Narad Muni is going to Dwaraka. There we saw the conversation between Rukmini ji and Lord Krishna, and then how both Narad Muni and Rukmini ji got the darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Narad Muni to go all over the universe and inform everyone about his appearance in Kali Yuga. Then Narad Muni going to Naimisharanya, his conversation with Uddhava there. Then Narad Muni going to Brahmaloka. Then he went to Kailash, Lord Shiva's place. There we saw the history of how once Narad Muni got the Mahaprasad from Lakshmi Devi of Lord Narayan, and how he went into ecstasy and all that, and how he came back and he gave that to like a crumb of that to Lord Shiva. Then we saw how Parvati Devi, when she didn't get any, she took a vow that she would please the Lord, and she would get Mahaprasad and she would distribute to everyone, even chandalas and dogs, like that. And then after that, we saw Narad Muni came back to the earth. And there again he became despondent because Kali Yuga had started already, and then he gets this Akashvani that tells him to go and see Jagannath, and then he goes to Jagannath Puri, and there Jagannath instructs him to go to Goloka. And then Narad Muni goes to Golok Vrindavan, and there he's seeing this Abhishek of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being performed by, on one side, the gopis headed by Srimati Radharani, and on the other side, the queens of Dwaraka headed by Rukmini ji. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Narad Muni to, saying that he is going to appear, but before him, Balaramji will appear, and also Lord Shiva will appear, so he should go and tell them to come before all the demigods. They should appear before the Lord. So Narad Muni goes to Balaramji, then also like this. And then finally, we started the pastime where first all the uh, those who are senior in age here in the Lila, like Advaitacharya appeared, Haridas Thakur appeared, like that. And finally, we started Adi Khanda. And in Adi Khanda, we saw Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata. And then we saw how she became, she had daughters before, and they all died. And then she had Vishwaroop, and finally now she's pregnant with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Gauranga. We saw that sweet pastime of how Advaitacharya once visited them, and when she was pregnant, and he was so struck seeing Sachi Mata, because he could see this is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He started circumambulating her, and they were confused, bewildered, because he's the leader of all the Vaishnavas in Navadvip, and he's circumambulating someone who's, like a young girl, much younger than his age, he's like a grandfather, and he's a leader, he's worshipped. They washed his feet and all that, and then he just circumambulated with tears. His eyes were red with tears. And then they asked him, but without saying anything, I think he said, "You'll know in due course of time." But without saying anything, he just walked away from there like that. And then, of course, after that, like the full moon, Sachimata is becoming more and more effulgent. The whole room becomes effulgent, and finally, on the blessed day of Gaur Purnima, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Then we also saw the pastimes of Mahaprabhu as an infant baby when all the demigods, like Jagannath Mishra is sleeping in one room, Sachimata is sleeping in another room with the baby. But Sachimata, all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, she would see the room is filled with so many people, demigods. And, you know, and Nimai is talking to them, and she gets scared, and she screams. And then Jagannath Mishra, who's in another room, he becomes afraid. He comes running to see what's happening. And then all the demigods disappear. Nobody's there. And on another time, I think they all go out in the courtyard. And then Nimai also goes there, and he's talking to them and all that. So such pastimes. Then after that, as he grew a little older, then his pastimes of playing with other boys and fighting with them, and also Sachimata nicely bathing him, and then he'll go and roll in the dust, and how he's asking for the moon, then you know, and the mischief of Nimai, right? Sachimata is calling him. He can hear, but he's playing with his friends. He didn't want to go. So when she called, he says, "I can't hear you. I can't hear you." So she called several times, and every time she called, he would say, I'm not able to hear what you're saying. I'm not able to hear you. And then she came with a stick and said, what? You're not able to hear me? Now, this is the case now when I'm young and strong. When I become an old lady, you won't even give me any food or water to eat. So, like that. So, that was what we read. So now we will continue with the childhood pastime. Actually, it would be nice if we just read the whole thing again because our memory is, um, it's okay. You can go back and listen to the previous recordings. Today is the 25th session. So the last one that we read was Song 7. Um, and I'll just read 7 one more time quickly. Okay. Song 7. Glory, glory, glory to Sachi's son. He is okay, I'll share the screen with you so you'll be able to see also. Mm. Glory, glory, glory to Sachi's son. He is the youthful root of all bliss, root of all bliss. Accompanied by a host of other boys, he happily played. In this way, he enjoyed his childhood pastimes. So, this is the age of Mahaprabhu now. He's playing with other boys. With many playful boys, he played many games. With many boys, he enjoyed childhood pastimes, blissful and wonderful pastimes. It is said that there is no play in the entire world, no game which Nimai didn't play. He played all the games there are in this world with his friends. Playing and playing, he suddenly met 2 or 4 puppies. If you remember this, we read this past time already. I'm just reading it again to uh, refresh our memory. Very happy, Lord Gaurahari chose one of them. Then one of his companions said, listen, Vishwambar, you chose the best puppy and left the ugly ones for us. You go home, we won't play with you. Then Lord Vishwambar said, this puppy belongs to all of us. Come to my house and we'll all play with him. Speaking these words and taking the puppy with him, Lord Gaura went to his house. Arriving home, he put a rope around the puppy's neck and tied him to the veranda. All this time, Lord Vishwambar's mother was busy with household chores. Then, accompanied by the village ladies, she went to bathe in the Ganga. Now the house was empty. Now the house was empty. Accompanied by the boys, Lord Vishwambar played many games with the puppy. They all became covered with dust. Mm. As they played and played, a quarrel was born among the boys. One boy praised Lord Gaurahari and another boy rebuked him. Lord Gaura said, every day you come and every day you pick up a fight. Why do you act like that? The other boy said, I know what you are like. You stole the puppy. So now, like small children, when they play for some time and then they fight. So, like that, they were playing nicely. And then from among the boys, while playing, one boy became upset. He started fighting with Nimai that you stole the puppy, like that. Then Nimai is saying, you come to play with me in my house every day and then you start fighting with me. Why do you fight with me? What did I do? So the boy is saying, you stole the puppy. So he's still fighting. Angry at heart, the boy ran off. Meeting Mother Sachi with a voice choked with anger, he called out, listen, listen, your Vishwambar has a pet puppy. You see, they're Brahmanas. So, keeping dogs and cats at home is muchi. It is not clean. Huh? They would keep only cows at home, and cow is worshipable. But keeping other animals as pets at home, no. Brahmanas wouldn't even touch because is contaminating. They don't take bath and all. And besides, you know, dogs are not allowed inside the house. They stay outside. In Vedic culture, dogs stay outside the house. You want to feed the dog, put the food outside and the dog will eat and go. But not that you let the dog inside the house. So here, Vishwambar was a small child. He's playing with a dog, a puppy dog, inside the house. So Mother Sachi didn't see. She just went out. She was busy and she went out. So the veranda, but inside the house. So now the boy, because of just like in Krishna's pastimes, also we see they're playing, and they fight, and then the one boy goes and complains to Yashoda Mai that your Krishna is eating dirt, like that. So here also, he went and complained to Sachi Mata that your Vishwambar is playing with a dog in the house. One moment he hugs the puppy, the next moment he holds the puppy's neck. Go and see for yourself. I'm not lying. If you want, you can go and see yourself. He's not just playing, he's just holding it like this, hugging and, holding its neck and what all he's doing. Hearing the boy's words, Sachi hurried home. She saw the puppy in Lord Vishwambar's lap. Putting her hand to her head, Sachi Mata said, "Why do you play like this?" "I don't know." That means, "I don't know why you play such, I guess, dirty games." "I don't know why you play like this. There are so many ways you could play. Still, you play with a puppy? You are very mischievous." Like this. Sachimata is completely shocked, and she is, you know, not able to believe what she's saying, and uh, you know, yeah, basically shocked, and she's feeling, uh, what do you say? What's the word? Uh, irritated, right? And so she's like, "Your father is very religious. You are his son. What will the people say? You are a Brahmin. Your father, because Brahmins should be clean, right? Uh, or qualities of the Brahmana are shaucham, cleanliness, both pure and clean. Your father is very religious, and and you are his son, if people see you playing with the dog inside the house, what will they think? What will they say? That means it will spoil your father's reputation. What happiness do you think you will find by playing with a puppy? No, there are so many other games. Is this the only game you have to play? And this only gives you happiness? You cannot play other games? And by your doing this, how it is negatively affecting your father? You don't think about that like that. What happiness do you think you will find by playing with a puppy? You are a Brahmana's son, but you do not even slightly act like one. What good words will I speak to defend you? She's also afraid. Now, when people point out and say, "Oh, your son is playing with a puppy," or even if her husband asked her, "What is this? Why is Nimai playing with?" "How will I support your act?" She's asking. "What can I say? What good words can I say about your playing with a dog? Don't you think about that?" She's asking a little toddler. You are a Brahmana's son, but you do not even slightly act one, right? You don't act like a Brahmana's boy at all. What good words will I speak to defend you? Ah, the words I will hear will be like an iron spear pushed into my heart. When they criticize me, or when your father chastises me, those words are going to pierce my heart like an iron spear. I will have to hear all that because of you. What happiness do you find by covering your beautiful form with dust? So Mahaprabhu is so beautiful, little Gauranga. Remember in a previous pastime, he was saying, I want the moon, I want the moon. At first, she laughed and she said that I have such a boy in my house. How do I explain to him? You cannot catch the moon in your hand. Moon does not come down. And she laughed. But he was so serious because he was crying already. And at sunset, it's not auspicious to cry at Sandhya, sunset. So she said, don't stop crying, stop crying. Don't cry at sunset. I will give you whatever you want. So he said, give me the moon. And then she laughed and she said, you don't understand. You cannot catch the moon in your hand. And then he said, but you promised that you will give me. Give me the moon. So then at that time, to pacify him, Sachimata said that, and she was actually gazing at him, and she was completely mesmerized by his beauty. And she said, my dear son, there are so many moons on your body. His face is a moon, his eyes are moon, his lips are moon, his every limb of his body is like millions of moons. And she said, that one moon in the sky is feeling ashamed to come in front of you because now you are the supreme moon here of Navadvip. How that moon can come in front of you? He will be completely, overshadowed. So, being ashamed, he's not coming down. That's why he cannot come down. And that explanation satisfied Nimai. And when she said that and she looked at him, she was completely lost in ecstasy. So, my point is, Mahaprabhu's form is so beautiful, so enchanting. And every day she bathes him nicely and, puts on ornaments and dresses him nicely. And the next thing he does is he'll go and roll in the dust outside with the boys. How she'll be feeling. So she said, and now he's playing with a puppy dog. So she's saying, what happiness do you find by covering your beautiful form with dust? I bow my head I bow my head to speak such words. That means she's saying, I feel that flames burn in my mouth. Acha. What is she saying? What happiness do you find by covering your beautiful form with dust? I bow my head to speak such words. I feel that flames burn in my mouth. Uh, acha. So that means I feel like flames burn in my mouth. She's not able to tolerate what he's doing. She's not able to bear to see that. Such a beautiful form he has, and now that is covered with all dust, right? So, and even when she's speaking, she's feeling like there's fire in her mouth when she's speaking these words. Dust on his beautiful form and him playing with a dog. Like these are such like opposites. How can you put, when you find something very pristine and clean and pure, if you put like throw some ink or some dirt or something on it, how do you feel? Right? So she's like, what happiness do you find by covering your beautiful form with dust? Huh? And then she's saying, I bow my head to speak such words. Mm. How many moons does your face defeat? Your limbs are like lightning. You do not wear nice garments. Instead, you cover your limbs with dust and stay among low class boys. Yes, so that is her pain. He's so beautiful, but he's always in dirt and dust. And this is causing her so much pain. Even saying that, right? Seeing and to say that it's giving her so much pain. How can it be possible like that? That means she cannot bear it. She cannot tolerate it. I bow to speak that words. That means she doesn't want to say that. It's not that she's getting pleasure by saying this, it's giving her so much pain. That's the point. How many moons does your face defeat? Just your one face is defeating the beauty of so many moons. Numberless. How many means not, that means you cannot count. Not one, two, three, four, five, millions of moons. The beauty of your face defeats the beauty of millions of moons put together. Your limbs are like lightning, yet you don't even wear nice garments. That means I put on nice garments, but you go and roll in the dust. So your clothes are so dirty and soiled. Instead, you cover your limbs with dust and stay among low class boys, angrily pressing her teeth. Now she's angry, unable to bear that, to see that. Now, at first she's like, how? And then she becomes angry, angrily pressing her teeth to her lips. Sachi Mata rebuked all the other boys there. To Lord Gaura, she said, go to your room and take your puppy with you because he's not going to let the puppy go. So she said, take the puppy with you and you go inside first. You can renounce your mother and father. She's saying, you be with the puppy, you live with that puppy, you don't need your father and mother. In your house, you live with puppy and you leave your father and mother. Because we are Brahmanas, we cannot keep puppies in the house. But for you, that puppy is more dear than your father and mother. Go, you live with the puppy in the room. Take the puppy with you inside the room. Take, because he's playing in the veranda. He also didn't take it inside the room. Veranda is like in between, right? It's not exactly outside, not inside also. So he's playing in the veranda. So Sachi Mataji, take inside, go take inside the room with you. Huh? And you live with that puppy. You don't need your father and mother. You can renounce your mother and father. After she rebuked the other boys, like, what are you doing? You go from here, like that. After speaking these words, she looked at her son's face, right? So she's angry. She angrily drove away the other boys. And then she said, Nimai, you keep the puppy inside the house, go. You don't need your father and mother. And saying that, she looked at his face. And when she looked at his face, she was overcome with bliss. Then she said, come, dear one, come and sit my lap because he's crying. She's yelling at him all this time, so he's crying. So she said, come, 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 dear one, sit in my lap. Be quiet. I will kiss your face. Leave your dog, dear one, and bathe in the Ganga's waters. 6 hours of the day have already passed, and you're not hungry? How much trouble do you give to me? Right? Why do you play with this puppy? See how much pain you're giving to your mother. So now she's not angry because she saw a little boy like Damodar. So she's saying, come, 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 sit in my lap. And she kissed him. And then she said, just let go of that dog and go and take bath in the Ganga. Hmm? Aren't you hungry? Already 6 hours of the day have passed. How much trouble you give to your mother. Tie up your dog and go take your bath. So obviously, she didn't mean that you take the puppy inside the house. That was in anger, she said that. Just keep the puppy and not your parents. But she didn't mean that he should actually take the puppy inside the house. That was not acceptable. So she said, tie him up outside so he won't go away. And you go and take your bath. Later, you can play with your puppy. Now you should eat some lunch. As a golden lotus wilts in the hot sun, so Lord Gaura's face wilted. On the tip of his nose, a drop of perspiration awakened. Gazing at her son, Sachi felt her life breath split apart because she cannot tolerate to see the, uh, even slight uh, sadness on the face of Nimai. And then also, because he's tired, that's also there. He's just playing without eating anything. So she's seeing that, oh, her Nimai is like a golden lotus, but because of hot sun, it is now wilted. So he looked so tired to her. And then there's a drop of perspiration also because of the hot sun, just one drop at the tip of his nose. Seeing this, her heart split apart. Hearing Mother Sachi's words, Lord Vishwambar smiled and said, I will go to bathe. Speaking these words, the Lord hugged his mother's neck and prepared for his bath. Wiping the dust from his face with the end of the sari, like this, wiping the dust from his face, Mother Sachi anointed the Lord's limbs with scented oil. So before taking bath, you apply oil on the body, massage the body. You do that for the deities also. So he was going to take his bath, so she anointed Lord's limbs with scented oil. For his bath, Lord Vishwambar went to the Ganga's bank. He happily played with his friends in the Ganga's waters. So when he goes to bathe, it's not that just go and wash yourself and come back. No, they would bathe in the river, in the Ganga. So they would play for a long time. So when he went to bathe, so and also how many times? 3 times a day they bathe. In the morning, noon, and again in the evening, 3 times in the river, in the Ganga. So this is before lunch. So when he went, he played with his friends in the Ganga's waters. Lord Vishwambar's form was wonderful and immovable like Mount Sumeru. Immovable. Huh. As a wild elephant plays in the water with his companions, so Lord Vishwambar played in the water with his friends. How did he play? He played like an elephant would play in the waters. Meanwhile, Sachi Devi set the puppy free. Obviously, Sachi Mata didn't want Vishwambar to play with a puppy dog. It's Muchi. So she told him, you tie the puppy up and you go and play. But you go and take bath. When he went to take bath, she opened the puppy and set the puppy free. So he won't play again. Set the puppy free. She said, I do not know where And then when Nimai came back, she says, I don't know where the puppy went. Perhaps the puppy ran to his own mother. Acha, not to Nimai, not to Nimai. She just said like that. She opened up the puppy went away, and she's just saying that, I don't know, like, where is the puppy? Like that. She only opened up and then set it free, and then she's just saying, I don't know where this puppy went. Perhaps it ran back to his mother. So there were others there, neighborhood. So one of the boys was there at that time. When she let go, she set free the puppy, and then she's saying this. One of the boys saw it. He ran to the Ganga's bank and said, Vishwambar, your mother set the puppy free. Hearing the boy's words, the Lord ran home. He saw the puppy was gone. He saw that the puppy was gone. He looked in the 4 directions. He did not see the puppy. His heart burned with flames of anger. He wept. Oh, he was very angry that the puppy was, somebody set the puppy free. And he started crying, and he started scolding his mother. He rebuked his mother. He was overcome with grief for his puppy. Scolding means, you only set my puppy free. You sent my puppy away, like that. He's crying and he's blaming his mother for doing that. And he was overcome by grief, right? If you know why, you know certainly how small children, how they cry, when they want something. He was overcome with grief for his puppy. He said, listen, O foolish mother, why do you do that? You gave me great suffering. That puppy was very beautiful. Why did you do that? Sachi said, I did not know what happened to your puppy. Perhaps some boys came and stole him. Why must you cry for a puppy? Tomorrow I will search in forest after forest. I will find your puppy and bring him back. Don't lament. Stop your lamentation. Huh? I will bring back your puppy. I promise. Don't weep. Please don't weep anymore. Now, Sachi Mother's problem is she cannot see Nimai sad. She says, don't, no, no, don't cry, don't cry. I promise tomorrow I will go and I'll personally go and look for your puppy. Don't cry. I'll go forest after forest, wherever that puppy may be. I will personally go and look. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Like that. After speaking these words, she wiped the tears from her son's face and hugged him. Gazing at his face, she became filled with bliss. She kissed him millions and millions of times. Millions and millions of times. She kissed the face of Nimai. She wiped his limbs, pretending to make him a little more clean. Pretending. Actually, that's love, you know. When there is love, even if there is no need, you just keep cleaning the same place again and again. I don't know, nowadays I see sometimes people cleaning their cars or their two-wheelers, you know, it's already clean, but they go over and over again, just cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, just like looking at it and cleaning, again looking at it and cleaning, like that. It's not dirty, but I guess that's the love or care that you have. So you do that. But here, and it just shows the love, if the mother is doing that to the baby again and again. And here it's not just the baby, this is the Supreme Lord. So this is the love of Mother Sachi, the love of Mother Yashoda, like that. So she wiped his limbs, pretending to make him a little more clean. And then she bathed him because he's already coming from the Ganga. He took bath, he was playing in the waters and he came. But now she's wiping him, pretending to make him a little more clean by wiping him. Another example is you see the cows, right? They keep licking and licking and licking and licking. They're calves, like they're making them clean. But that's really their affection when the cow is licking the calf. So she wiped his limbs, pretending to make him a little more clean, and then she bathed him with the Ganga's waters. Then she fed him many delicious sandesh, modak, kheer, and kadalaka candies. She tied his hair. So now he took bath already. So after that, she bathed him again. He was playing there. Then she bathed him with the Ganga's waters. Uh, and after taking bath, she fed him many sweets and tied his hair in a top knot and decorated his eyes with kajal, black kajal, and she made him completely splendid. Around his waist, she tied a red sash that hung to his toes. Mm. So this is a little baby, that's all. You don't put on clothes, just waistband, that just covers the private part, that's all. And that also is nicely ornamented. So around his waist, she tied a red sash that hung to his nose, like you see Bal Gopal, little baby Krishna, like that. So on his chest, she rested a string of pearls. On his forehead, she placed sandal tilak. She decorated him with bracelets and armlets of priceless jewels. On his feet, she placed anklets, ankle bells. Grasping Kira and Laddu candies in his hands, he went to play with the boys, ready to play again. He was playing all morning until lunchtime. Then she fed him all these sweets and everything, nicely decorated him, put on all jewels and everything. He's splendid again, combed his hair nicely, and he's back to play with the boys. His graceful walking defeated the graceful wild elephants. His voice was like honey, thick honey. That means it was so sweet, his voice. Surrounded by the boys, Lord Gaura, the king of the Brahmanas, was like a moon surrounded by stars. Gazing at the Lord as he played, the demigods all smiled. Seeing that Lord Gaura touched even cats and dogs, Lochandas is filled with wonder. I was supposed to do song 8 today, but I wanted to recollect, but I think we ran out of time. Right? Yeah, it was supposed to be for half an hour, and I know today's Saturday, you have other programs also. So I think we'll stop here. Tomorrow, same time, um, we'll read the next chapter. I know you have temple program, but you can listen to the recording. This is the only time that will work for me. So tomorrow also same time, 3 to 3:30 Indian time. It may spill over a little bit, but half an hour, 45 minutes like that. Until one song is finished, we'll read. Thank you all so much. Sri Chaitanya Mangal ki
Yeah.
jai. Sri
Thank you,
Jagannath
Mataji.
ki
Thank
jai.
you.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai.